Alright, let's do it. Let's go! Alright, I'm through. Why does it always fucking shut so quick? What the fuck? What's up, sightseers? We're back. It's Dark Souls 2. I haven't given up on this yet. Alright, we're gonna do Forest of the Fallen Giants in this one, and this is sort of where the themes show. I was pretty positive on things betwixt and Majula. This is sort of where Dark Souls 2 shows its uglier side a little bit. We'll look at the cave right now. They're pretty good, I think, FromSoft, or the B team, or whoever did the art for this game. They're pretty good at internal areas. As you can see here, the cave looks pretty nice, the light filtering in looks pretty nice, the bridge, cool. It's not going to stay that way consistently as we go outside. The thing I'll say consistently about this area, and about sort of Dark Souls 2 in general, they're good at making you only look at the things you need to look at, but the more you look at just the entire zone, the uglier it's going to get. Alright, let's go ahead. I'm just going to clear these enemies. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, Christ. Jesus. God. Oh, shit. Okay. We'll reload. We'll do it again. Alright. Okay, I'm back. Ignore the bloodstain over there as we look around. I like these sort of firefly... Oh, Christ. Okay, someone's coming for trouble. Alright, he's dead now. I like these fireflies buzzing around. They give a nice good atmosphere to things, and they sort of distract you from some of the repeating textures, like on these stone walls right here. I think this area is pretty well arrayed. Hold on, I'm getting screen tearing. Let me see if I can, find a setting that'll fix this. I could not. Alright, what I was saying is I think this is a well-designed area. I think this whole place is well laid out, well framed. It just sort of, is pretty unpolished visually. You can see the Cardinal Tower in the distance where you're heading to go. I like the tree trunks sort of arrayed everywhere. You can see the crows kind of buzzing around it, which, gives it sort of this ominous feeling. It's the individual pieces, I guess, the brush strokes that don't really come together. Notice this mossy texture everywhere that's just very flat and kind of repetitive. It kind of gives it this very kind of ugly, sort of murky vibe, I think. And, I like the little, hanging leaves and moss and stuff that kind of flutters in the wind, but it just sort of kind of all doesn't necessarily come together to paint the prettiest picture, if you kind of catch my drift. And this is only going to get worse as we climb up. So the way you can kind of see the moss and growth on this tree and on the walls, kind of just, I don't know, it really kind of shows its age as an Xbox 360 game, and not one that was necessarily pushing the hardware a lot. I do like the concept behind the visual, this tree trunk sort of overgrowing almost as a vine and just stretching across everything. I think that's really cool. It's just that it doesn't really look very pretty, and okay, that guy's dead now, don't worry. It's just that it doesn't really it looks very flat. Look at the texture on that trunk. But also, when you get up here and look beyond it, look how ugly this is. These trees are just they don't match the color of the skybox in my mind, and also the repeating texture on the grass is just really bad. It's not very good. Look at that. That's just... oof. And repeating textures are going to be a problem in this game at times, but especially in forested areas. The shaded woods are not going to be good. They do very good at making interiors and subterranean areas, but not for interior areas. I think they were putting a lot of more effort onto Bloodborne during this time. And Bloodborne was really where they started to show their abilities as artists, but they weren't the greatest yet in Dark Souls 2. This isn't to say Dark Souls 1 and 2 are ugly games. I think Demon Souls even, I think these are beautiful games when they have the time to put energy and effort into things. But look at those trees in the distance, man. They were not pushing the technology at this time. You can tell they were maybe on a time crunch even. Whatever Sony did in Bloodborne, whatever help Sony gave them, it gave them the push forward, I think. Because Bloodborne is another level of visual fidelity that really, after they made Bloodborne, everything changed from Software. They never made another game that looked like this after they made Bloodborne. Look at those repeating textures. This game came out in 2014. You know, I'm playing Scholar of the First Sin right now, but like, you know, Alien Isolation, I'm pretty sure came out in 2014. Like, that is not okay at the time, even if this was a PS3 Xbox game. You know, that's, well, yo. I don't know what just happened. Let's skip ahead a little bit. You can kind of see from there that area we were at earlier with the tree like growing out of the ground, like the vines. I do like the continuity in these areas. It's always a strength of Dark Souls games that you can, you know, see where you came from or where you're going from a distance. The Firefly still had some good, like, atmosphere, and I think that's Castle Drangleic in the distance, but I'm not positive. Once again, like, these moss textures are questionable. I do like that spot actually at the top of the tower where you can see the foliage coming out, but you can really also see just how low FPS these birds are. I think they reused those in Dark Souls 3. I'll have to check at some point. But let's get in here in the Cardinal Tower and go ahead and light the bonfire real quick. Alright, now that we're here, you can see the statues inside. They're really good at interiors. The interior Cardinal Tower is actually just fine. I like the statue here. I like the branches, the foliage. It's weird how these branches have so much foliage inside rather than outside. The lighting's nice. That's Scholar of the First Sin kind of fixed a lot of that. We'll head on down to the lower levels, and I might just like fast forward a bit until I have something interesting to say. I put this area into like New Game Plus 2 or 3 or something, so I'm gonna get like owned a lot. It's just don't make fun of me. That took kind of an embarrassingly long time, but whatever. Let's go through this little area with the King's Ring. I keep forgetting there's a bonfire right here, but I guess it's before an important area, so it makes some sense. Through here you can see kind of this zone we were looking at earlier, kind of the ugly mossy area from the side. I do like the imagery of the giants sort of like captured in the trees. I think it's a really tight, you know, kind of like lends the idea of everything in this area being returned to nature a bit. You know, even these corpses are being kind of consumed by like these trees that are almost more like kudzu than proper... Wait, hold on a second. What on? Why does every door in this game fucking shut like that behind you? What's going on? Alright, well I have to move on, because evidently the game won't let me move backwards. Going back to this area, it's just more kind of subterranean castle stuff, and, you know, we go through here, kill the shit out of this guy, whatever, and... Yo, look who it is! Yo! I simply have to move on. I went through this area. There's not a whole lot to see. I kind of wanted to show off the like intense lighting, though, of the Scholar of the First Sin version, but while going through it, I found this guy right here. I've never seen this summon option before. Fucking Ruined Alphys? Of course I'm summoning Ruined Alphys. Holy shit. This guy is a real one. Hell yeah, dude. Even fucking lights a little magic torch for you in the dark zone. This dude rules. Let's fucking go. I'm taking him with me. Me and Alphys are gonna take on the entire fucking Forest of Fallen Giants together. Alright, kind of up in this top area here. You can still see more of like the same, though, what I was talking about earlier. These stone textures, they're fine, but they don't really like bring out much in the area. It just sort of gives it this sort of dreary, kind of murky vibe, and it doesn't really, like, pop. The greens don't pop, the browns don't seem right. This guy keeps shooting me in Alphys, and for the life of me, I cannot manage to hit him. Hold on, I'm gonna... Let's go get him. So fucking annoying. Using the first person aiming. And of course, it just like stops right in front of him. Come on, come on. How close do I need to get to hit this guy? Of course, that's still not close enough. Why? How is this not close? Do I need to poison him, maybe? Maybe that'll work? Oh, this is gonna take fucking forever if I do it that way, though. Well, why the fuck did it work that time? Jesus Christ. Let's go, Alphys. I like these wooden supports, these wooden struts. They add a nice, like, vibe to the whole place of this really ramshackle sort of fortification. Like, there was a battle going on here at one point, right? These soldiers had to kind of, like, live and set up shop somewhere. Jesus Christ, another dude with goddamn arrows. Alright, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We're skipping ahead. I gotta move on. This video's too long. Alright, I'm skipping ahead pretty far now. This is the last noteworthy area, I think. This is actually a really good zone. I think that has, like, a very striking visual. You can see this statue of a sword with, like, the kind of vines and foliage dripping off it, hanging from the edge there. I'm gonna go past this here. Hold on. Hold on. What are you doing? Okay, okay. Let's just get rid of this fool real quick. There we go. Dead. Alright. I love all this rubble and wreckage here, because you can see like these ancient monuments sort of just sticking out of the wall, this hand holding a sword, the foliage coming down. These really like Majula-looking images. Really, this whole this part of it's just kind of riffing off Majula, really. That's all they kind of got there. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, what? I don't have my UI on. Oh, God, Christ. Alright, let's run that back. Like I was saying, this whole area is pretty good looking. It's pretty beautiful, in fact, but it's kind of just doing what Majula already did. Okay. Okay, I'm ready this time. I'm not going to choke. Why did that miss? Why did that miss? It'll all be worth it. You'll get like 5 views. Don't worry. Okay. One more time. 3rd time's the charm. Let's try this. Okay, they come down. Blast. 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 Okay. Alright. Now let's take a look at the monuments here. Oof. Jesus Christ. Okay, one thing I like is that you can actually see, like, what parts these things are missing. You can see this guy's missing his head, right? The mossy textures still don't look great, but it works better here just because the visual is more interesting than the building. Like, you can see that guy's missing a head, and then this one's missing the whole body, but if you look over here at this guy right here, you can get an idea of what the head would probably look like, right? But also, if you look down, you can see where it's missing a hand. Probably the one we're standing on right now, in fact. You can also get a view of what just looks like more of the fort in the distance, giving an idea that the world's bigger than just what you're seeing. Which I always appreciate in games, when you get the idea that, like, you know, the small world you're looking at is just the part that's, like, your adventure. There's always more off in the distance somewhere. Speaking of, I do like that they kind of show more fort off in the distance. There's a crack in the wall, but the repeating textures kind of undercut it again. Once again, that's just a problem with this whole zone in the game. And it'll be a problem with a lot of areas in Dark Souls 2, but especially the forested areas. I'm just going to wipe these guys really quick. Alright, area clear. The sunset here is just absolutely gorgeous, but you can also get even more of a good view of the statue in the distance. I think this actually kind of looks like a character you meet later when you go back in time, but I'm not sure. At the very least, I'm pretty sure he has the same helm. You can also get a closer view of the headless statue right here at the top. I like that you just sort of gives you this idea that you're ascending. You get closer to these and can get a better view of them. Also, you can get a little view of that tower right there. See how there's like the steps going up? They actually model a lot more of that. I wish I had some like out-of-bounds tools to go ahead and like see that up close. That's really cool. It even has like wooden struts around it. I think there are things to like in the Forest of Fallen Giants. Like I said, I think this is like a well laid out area. It's just the execution that's a bit lacking in spots. And hey, there's the head probably. You know, there's the big crack right there. It kind of forms a doorway, which I think is awesome. The remaining ballista, those are really fun for the pursuer fight. I always love just parrying the pursuer to do it solo. You can get a better view of the sword, and also these kind of crags in the distance. Apparently this place was based, Majula at least, I think was based off a spot in Ireland, which I thought was interesting. I need to go there in real life someday. Keep at it, boys. You're doing God's work. Little bird nest up here. I guess that's where, like, the 3 frame per second crows must live. You can also still see Drangleic Castle in the distance. That's a very good detail. It is interesting they put a nest here. Let's take a closer look at the... Huh? Someone help! Someone help!